Hello, everyone. I'm Kennedy.
And I'm Vasilis.
We run Changemaker Z, a student-run initiative that aims to empower, educate, and connect Gen Zers interested in entrepreneurship.
We interview teenagers with impactful projects and create resources to help you change the world. If they can do it, so can you.
On this podcast, we discuss the logistics of creating different types of projects with Gen Zers who have already done it. We will leave our social media and website information in the description. Guys, I want to share something really interesting. Have you ever heard the term credit score? A credit score is a number based on the statistical analysis of a person's credit files. That in theory represents the credit worthiness of that person. There are different methods of calculating credit scores. The most widely used type of credit score is the FICO scores. Did you know that there are 28 different FICO scores? Imagine that. If you are wanting to buy a car, you might check your credit score on a free app. You walk into a dealership thinking, you got a pretty good score, feeling confident, till the dealership pulls your credit and it's drastically different than your free score. The solution? Extra Credit by Credit.com, the sponsor of this episode. With Extra Credit, you can access the 28 different FICO scores so you can see what the lenders see. What if you want to build a credit history in order to recall later? Well, Extra Credit can help you with that by reporting your rent and utilities to the credit bureaus. In addition to that, Extra Credit offers features to guard your identity, $1 million ID insurance, dark web scan, and data breach alerts, as well as cash rewards for personalized offers. To sign up for Extra Credit, go to credit.com/GenZers and get started there. To sweeten the deal, you can even get the first 7 days absolutely free. It is just $24.99 plus tax a month after the free trial, and you can cancel anytime. So go check out Extra Credit today and start working on your credit goals. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Gen Zers to Rise podcast. Today's episode is a little bit different. With us in the studio is Rasak Akorede, and we will try to give an answer to the question, Metaverse, is it really the future? Rasak is into innovation in tech, a change maker, global citizen, sustainable development goal expert, STEM expert. Soon he will be featured on BBC Africa. Welcome to the show. So nice to meet you, Rasak.
It's very nice meeting you guys. Me hearing first about the topic, I was like, wow. First, it's really something I really hope to, share my thoughts and different things. So definitely, it's very nice and lovely being here. Yeah. About myself, right from age 14, I have really loved, working towards the main sustainable development goal, which has to do with, solving different types of problems. And definitely for the meta, I believe in the future of the metaverse. First, I really love stuff that has to do with you imagining what you actually want to do in form of a visual reality. And it's definitely different companies there in Lagos, Nigeria, are really working towards that. Meeting up with the fourth industrial revolution and the different things and the skills you just needed to work on.
I just want to let people know. Well, first of all, did I catch that you're from Nigeria?
Yeah, I'm from Nigeria.
Oh yeah, my roommate from one of my best friends, she's from Nigeria. Her name's Adada, but I just want to let people know that Metaverse by Meta is what, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what Facebook is turning into. They're rebranding into Meta. Yep. So for anyone who doesn't know, and they're creating a whole new Facebook platform like in the Metaverse.
Yeah. For this Metaverse by Meta, let me just explain what I really understand about it. What I'll just say about the Metaverse is just the next evolution in social connection and the successor to mobile internet. You can, just looking at it, reality to be very realistic. Like just imagining a set of digital space that you can move seamlessly between, like the internet. The metaverse will actually help you to connect with people when you aren't physically, when you're not really physical in the same place, and get us even closer to that feeling of being together in person. Yeah, so yesterday I was watching a video of the new development Meta is actually making, and then I was very wowed, of course. I was like, you should be playing the table tennis game, and then you should just be, seeing someone just using the VR machine to just getting close to you. Then it's very real. Like, it's very awesome. So definitely I would say, we'll be moving towards different types of generation, and definitely Metaverse will be the future, definitely. So, and for this one, which is it true that we can find everything inside the Metaverse, including shops, food, brands? Yeah, definitely. Because as I was explaining about the video I was watching yesterday, yes, definitely it has advantages and disadvantages. So the advantages is just like to make work easier for people to, be able to get in some things they need, and but the disadvantages, definitely robots, AI, they fail. So this kind of thing should actually be the disadvantages just because of the failure, and definitely some companies, Meta, should I say micro? No. First, I will have a company here in Lagos, Nigeria, which is headed by Benson. So it's working towards just NFT, bringing NFT into the Metaverse also. And I think that's really lovely, because when you walk into different different logic systems, just bring in this type of NFT stuff into the Metaverse. So,
well, I just think I want to talk about the disadvantage. I think it's disadvantage like emotionally, because this really scares me, because I think, I do see Metaverse being the future. I think people are like, oh, we're not going to all be connected like through these VR sets all the time, 24/7. But it's like, we're kind of already like that. I mean, we got our phone up to our face like 24/7 already. So it's just scary to me that like I can just see the world. Like I think already we need to be a little bit less on social media and whatnot. So I know that it's like, not like you said, we can be in a boardroom together all across the world, this and that, but it's like, is it scary to anybody else, to think? Because I feel like us humans, we would definitely get sucked in quickly.
Yeah, and for me, the real question is, do we really need this? Is this really the future? Like we tend to pretend that this is the future, but do we really like the future to be like this? Like, I'm saying that because we have seen several examples from other companies in this tech world that they are trying to change their mind view. Like Snapchat, for instance, instead of creating a virtual world like Meta is doing, they are like pushing their users to use the real world and be connected through the real world using like AR and enhancing true real experiences. Or like there is the new social media app that's called Be Real, that you can post only once a day every 24 hours, and you don't have comments, you don't have reactions, you are connected only with your friends.
It's the moment, definitely. I really love what you said.
I'm not saying that I don't think that we should do Metaverse, but I'm a little bit worried. We need to be mindful about it.
Okay, so
what do you think?
All right, so now what you're talking about now is the scary part that some people might be scared when they get to see this, right? For this kind of VR, getting started, we actually need to start. We're starting with the VR and AR, which is the virtual reality and the augmented reality, right? So when we're talking about games, when you're playing this horror games, it actually make you feel, you're actually inside the game. No cartoon playing this for you. You're actually the one playing it by yourself. So for that part, I feel that one is actually scary if you don't actually have the mind to play that type of game, definitely. So for the scary part, and definitely no one can actually be scared, of course, you're in Lagos, Nigeria, I'll actually be using it for an example. We love seeing something very, very new. That's actually what makes a product actually rush. So when we actually see this, when we see this new product, we actually people be very, very tasty for this type of product. So definitely, I don't think it's actually be scary for people because to be like, man, it's actually something new, and definitely I really want to use it. So I don't think it's actually.
I want to use it too. I'm not scared. It sounds exciting. Like I just watched a video about it, and it looks really cool. But I'm nervous that people are just gonna be in it 24/7. But it's like, what can you do? I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So as a developer, what I can actually do right now is, creating a course. But we just have to actually balance it. Will people use this course? Will people do this? Will do that? We just have to balance. So I'll just say we should just maybe like create a course for people to understand the main thing of the visual. Definitely we actually in the internet age, and people will go beyond word, but I don't think anyone will actually be scared for now.
Well, speaking of some of the crazy, I know we talked about the video games, but I've seen crazy stuff like I think there was like a Travis Scott concert held in the Metaverse, which was really cool. What do you think about people like using their real money for digital stuff? Like just
that's scary.
Okay. Yeah, very, very. My friend was asking that I will be spending money in a visual world. Like, can we be eating in visual world? No, we can't be eating in visual world. So for that aspect for spending money in visual world, man, you just have to put that aside for now. Of course, I don't think it is possible, find something in visual world.
I think it's so crazy that humans, instead of like going out and doing this stuff, like going to the restaurant or something, they'd rather just go to a visual world to have a human experience. It's kind of funny.
For the going to supermarkets to buy something.
You can go to a virtual supermarket and buy virtual stuff for your virtual house, which is really weird.
Another like cool thing that I saw kind of dealing with Metaverse was they had a drink. Like it was like what is this? I'm sorry. It was like a drink. Now we're at Thanksgiving dinner. Amazing. And they were using it was just like water, but they were using a combination of like lights and smells. And it was like, now you're drinking like a tequila. I'm like, that's very cool and crazy.
To really walk. Of course, walk would be very easy. For this education, I really, and that's what my organization is working towards, Global 6. In Global 6, we're working towards, our goal is just to solve top 6 problems we're facing in Africa, and then from there, we get organizations like the United Nations, WHO, UNICEF, and the likes to just work on the project with us, bringing education into the Metaverse so learning can actually be very efficient and everyone can understand the main purpose of.
That's amazing. So you're using the Metaverse to actually help and spread education, which I really like. Yeah. And then, with the Metaverse, the idea is that it should be easier to connect with a lot more people. Yeah. And,
well, basically we just need to, get Google involved, Google for developers and the likes, we need to get them involved in this type of things we want to do. Also, Meta for developers. I'm actually one of the Meta for developers, working towards creating this type of social messaging app, so we can just understand the main. But we're still checking the kind of problem and the thing is, of course, for us to just get the main satisfaction of human and the robot. In this type of world, it is called man and AI. So that's how it works.
Let's elaborate a little more into the subject. Do we need special equipment to access the Metaverse? What do you say?
The equipment we need is just something right in front of us. The phone, computer, as well the visual reality device.
Well, this is all very exciting. I'd love to ask everyone right before one last question. What are we most excited about the metaverse? It could be like a possibility. What's most exciting to you about the metaverse? I can go first. I think what's most exciting to me is the opportunity to meet with people around the world. I think we mentioned this is crazy, but you mentioned the United Nations at some point. How funny would it be if the United Nations just met in the metaverse instead of... So I like that. I like the idea of being able to connect without being limited by distance.
From my perspective, I think that it's quite interesting to see how this will work in the future, but I am a little concerned about the fact that we will visualize everything and maybe we will lose the real perspective of the world. Maybe it will be more difficult for us to understand real problems, because for me, when you are living in a virtual world, it means that you are creating a new, whole different verse, like the metaverse world, to live in. And then you maybe create more problems that they do not really exist. But then you make your mind to burn out. It's not something that we want to happen for me.
I go, yes. So for the United Nations, they have meetings every year. Nairobi, in Kenya, bringing different leaders from different countries to just meet at Nairobi, Kenya there. So what I just find about that is just very stressful. Because when we have the metaverse outside, we have to just be moving from one country to another. When you can just put on your VR machine and then you have been everyone like that, speaking with everyone. One thing about the metaverse is, and I really, really find it very, very, I was very surprised when I saw the changes. Because you can actually shake. You can shake there, and it's not just that. You won't. I don't know how to put it. Should I say you won't feel it or you will feel it? Because I've not really tried. I'm still trying to really create something that's cool with it. Of course, I'm still trying to cross my codes together to just try some programs. So, shaking is really something very cool. It's just like you having a teleport machine that you can just see to teleport around the world. So, definitely, it's really helped a lot. But for the food aspect, eating in the visual world.
All right. I think that this is the end of the episode. What do you think? Metaverse, is it really the future? It's up to you now. Thank you, Rasak, for being with us today. We had an amazing conversation about Metaverse. If you liked this episode, please consider leaving us a review and share it with your most close friends. You can always use the Change Metaverese app available on App Store and Play Store in order to access exclusive content and articles from our friends at thread.com and Zen-Close Company. But until next time, don't forget to change the world. Bye!
Thank you guys for listening. We hope you enjoyed our conversation. We had such a great time. Make sure to leave us a review. If you want more Changemakers content, you can follow us on Instagram at Gen Zers to Rise and on Facebook at ChangemakersZ.